Today's video is about making dub chords. Right, I've made a little demo track to just show you what kind of context these sounds could be used in terms of psychedelic music, because that's my preferred flavor. And so I'll show you what I got so far. And so that's what I've got. So the sounds that I will be showing you today are these dub chords here. So really nice sounds, and they are super simple to make. So if I show you the patch, then we can see that there are no effects on here whatsoever. I've just got delay and reverb afterwards, and I've also cut the low end off of it. So if I go onto the thing here, I've got a bit of shelving going on as well, just to make them a bit darker. And then we have the delay here. This is got a low pass filter on the delay. If I open this up, then you stick with brighter sounds for longer. But if I bring the cutoff down, then there's a bit of filtering on the repeats there. And this is on a dotted eighth, and it's on ping pong mode. So it's bouncing from the left to the right ear. And then I've just got a limiter on here, which is really useful for if you end up playing with feedback levels that are higher than 100%. So for example, I've got this automation clip here, which has the feedback level on it. If I put that to maybe 110%, that means that the repeats of this feedback will be getting louder rather than diminishing. And that's why the safety limiter is a good idea, because it means that as the sound gets louder, we're not going to destroy our ears. But it's worth noting that as the sound gets pushed harder and harder into the limiter, it will get more and more destroyed. So in this case, I ended up just using a much lower feedback value that tails off. But that kind of extended dub delay is an option, and that concept of having delays that increase in volume can work really well with percussion and stuff like that if you want to have a nice dubby percussion with a nice amount of delay on it. So yeah, that's just worth keeping in mind. And the sound itself is a saw wave, which I've just added a little bit of soft clipping on the warp mode here. If I turn this off, you can see that it's just a basic saw wave, and I've just put it down an octave, and I've put the random phase to 0. I've got the main volume on this envelope, which stays quite open, because if I bring the sustain down, then you can hear how the sound becomes so plucky that it loses a lot of its body, a lot of its substance. If I bring the sustain a lot higher, we get a lot more of that chord. And the pluckiness itself is actually coming from this really sharp pluck that is attached onto the cutoff filter, and then playing with the cutoff itself and the range of it is going to give you different amounts fed into that delay and reverb. And what I've got on this macro here is I've got a little bit of movement on the decay and a little bit of extra opening on the filter itself. So this macro, which I've already created an automation clip for, controls the size and brightness of this stab. So if I put this up, it's very open and has a much longer decay. But if I put it nice and low, then it's dark and it's quite short. So a fun idea to play around with that, and also have variations. So on different repetitions, it'll have a different value. the MIDI itself is just an F minor 7 chord, right? And I've just put the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th an octave higher. And so it's a very simple chord, but it sounds nice. You can also change the voicings around a little bit if you want a different flavor. Or maybe put the 3rd an octave higher. It's all up to you. And then I've got slight velocity differences just to make it a little bit more humanized. And I've also dragged a couple of these notes forward slightly so they don't all start at the same time. And this is going to give it a bit more of an organic feel, adding a slight bit of humanization. And then also another thing that I've done is I've attached a little bit of pitch modulation on here. And if I go into the matrix, I've set this to only move by 1 semitone. And if I turn this off, then it's a bit more stable. And if I turn it on, then it's got a little bit more instability and it just helps it sound a bit more organic. I don't know about you, but I prefer it with that slight bit of pitch modulation. And then all I did was I added a bit of soft clip onto the saw wave itself. And the difference between doing it in the warp mode here is the sound is getting distorted before the other notes are being played, which means that we're not getting any intermodulation distortion, which can create harsh harmonics and also reduce the cleanliness of the sound. So if I show you this, it still sounds pretty clean, doesn't it? However, if I take the soft clip off of here and then put a soft clip on the effects, then you'll see that it is a very different result. You can hear all of that muddiness, all of that weird inharmonic mud that gets added. And that is because the effects come after the MIDI input, which means that the different notes that are being played are all feeding into that distortion and creating a inharmonic distortion. Whereas doing it on the waveform level means that it happens before the notes are played, and that means this wave shape is changed for each individual note. And it means that the sound remains clean. And then the last thing here is just that I'm using this reverb send here to send it to a reverb that is 100% mixed in and has a decently long decay set on it, which just puts it into a space. Without the reverb, it would sound something along these lines, which is definitely much drier. And so sending it to a bit of reverb definitely gives it a bit of space and makes it seem much more atmospheric. And so one last time in context. Right, so now you know how to make dub chords. Very satisfying and can be used in countless genres because it is literally just such a simple concept, isn't it? It's just a saw wave and a filter with some delay on it. I mean, how can it not be satisfying? So yeah, with all that being said, if you want to support the channel, you know how to do that, and I'll see you on the next video.